So what do you think? That's the framework that I'd like to use. Does that make sense? How's that sound? Yes, some heads nodding. Does it resonate a bit? Yeah?
It's kind of surprising.
Say more.
Yeah, it's just you would think that leadership is like, the ability to, to synthesize information and set the agenda and,
Yes.
And sort of like be the, be the star out there. But it really is about something totally different.
Yeah. Well said. It was funny because when I was doing some reading to prepare for this, the people who did the interviews said that they purposely made sure that they interviewed people who were community-based, doing a variety of different types of leadership things. That all too often we think of those people in leadership as, oh, we've got to go talk to a lot of CEOs, or oh, we're only going to talk to board presidents, or those people who are in those sort of official roles or elected officials.
Yeah, visible.
But we all know, we're from Maine. We know that it's the community members who get things done.
Well, think of it this way, the officers run the army, but the sergeants make it happen.
That's a good way to say
If
it.
you didn't have your sergeant, you wouldn't get a thing done.
Right?
Secretaries make the boss's job look good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there are a lot of ways of thinking about it. So I think about the fact that these came from all those variety of experiences. Anything else you want to say about this? Jump in, Eileen.
Under the enabling others to act, I think a piece of it is what was said right here about how important it is to really hear. When somebody says they're afraid of a microphone, or they don't want to be near the microphone, or they don't want to do this other piece, and then watch for what, we just had somebody jump in on a committee, completely out of her purview, and just went, oh, this is a match. But it wasn't thought about because people have been shoving her toward that microphone. And so really hearing and then looking for openings.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. Yeah. Where you can make that match.
Yeah.
Or people can make their own match. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about this framework? I make myself count to 5 before I jump in.
Well, you said, just an example, making heroes of people. We just finished a fire station, and 2 of the men in town who had no real role to do this, but did it, watched the crew build the building, and kept catching them screwing up. So we recognized them, the dedication, and then 2 weeks ago or so, we get this thing in the mail, the Spirit of America Awards. We got 2 people we're going to put up there, and we did that last night. And it was. And one of the guys I thought was going to be a curmudgeon about it, and he was grinning from ear to ear. He'd had one 10 years ago, but it didn't hurt to do it again. And the other guy was another one that needed it.
Great.
And yeah, exactly. So now we've got a couple of allies. Not that we didn't have before, but you cemented that.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. And that little bit of effort that it takes to put someone up.
$10 out of my pocket. We all chipped in to buy the plaques we bought them. There's no money in the budget, so we took care of it.
Nicely done.
I think so.
Good example. Good example. So what I'd love to do is to give all of us some time to interact with these different dimensions. And so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we're going to have, this is the higher math part. We're going to have, we're going to break down into mostly groups of 3, and one will be a group of 2. And what I'm going to have you do is we're going to take each one of these, and you're going to have a chance to give input on each one. And what I'd like you to really think about is if you and I, Eileen, were working together on this one, what are the actions that or behaviors that really help support modeling the way? And so this is really breaking it down. And again, there are no wrong answers, and something that's on this side could be on this side. What gets in the way? So in other words, passion, for instance. Someone's passion about something could definitely be supportive, but there are times when that could get in the way, when someone cannot be open to someone else's way. So in other words, think about the complexity of this. So we've got a flip chart for each one, and what I'd like to do is just to take a little bit of time. We'll break into small groups and do some of this because I'm trying to have us think about our lives. So this isn't simply, oh, that facilitator who presented something at that workshop on that dark night that I went to in Augusta where we couldn't find the room. I'd like us to think about, in your experience, in your work, how might this play out? So that's what I'm asking you to do. Does that make sense?
And how many groups do you want?
I am going to ask it because we have 14 people, I'm going to have us break into groups of 3, and there'll be one group that's only 2.
Okay.
Okay? And then I'll give everyone, so if you want to, I'm going to encourage you not to work with someone you came with or that you know already, just so that you get a little bit
Why don't you just
of creativity
count around
going.
the room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then
You know, we could.
it's random.
It is random. It's a good way to do it. Let's do it. Okay, so you want to start with 1?
Sure, I'll be 1.
2, 3, 4, 5.
3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
4.
Okay, so group 5 is the one that will have just 2 people. So I'm going to ask you to come and take this. And so all the 1s will get the 1. So whoever's a 1, great. And I'll come around with, and so find the other 1s should come join Patty. Right. Yep. And so you may want to just pull your chairs around and do a little
So
circle.
we're going to get different, we're not all going to have the same.
I'm gonna then have you switch around, so you'll get a chance to get input. I'm not sure you'll have time for input on all of them. So who's with group number 2? You are, Debbie. Here you go. Will you take that one? Great. Eileen, number 3. Thank you so much. Pam, can I give you 4? And Eileen, 5. Thank you. And I will give you markers. And you might want to put it up on the wall if you want. So it's up to you. Debbie, make sure you pay attention to both sides of this.
Right. Do the work you have agreed to do. How about that?
Recognizing someone, making someone. Like elevating their.
So, what you say?
You've got about halfway through now. Another minute and a half.
What he said, if I got it right, he told me to shut up, but to listen to the chairman and when,
So about 1 more minute, and then I'm going to have you change groups.
We're just gonna, we come up with somebody's name
Yeah.
first, and she certainly better be an active member of the community, but about these 2 guys we just talked about.
And then get ready to move to the one that's more to your right. So we're going to do a circle around, and just leave your
It
flip
just so
chart.
happened that they've done
Take
this
your
every
marker.
year. They've had a- What are
Good.
we working on?
So jump into this next one and make additions to it.
Yeah,
That's what we wanna do when we do this. I don't know how you put that on here.
Okay, begin wrapping up.
And to be true.
I know it's going to seem short,
Truthful. A lot of people
but get the ideas that you're working on right now on paper, and then I'm going to have you continue to move clockwise. Move to 1 more. Continue in the clockwise motion. Clockwise. Yes.
Oh, this isn't this. Where are we?
So begin wrapping up and circle back to the one you began with.